So today I just wanted to record something as a message of what to do when you're in a crash, when you're in a flare-up, when you're having one of your tougher days. Maybe it feels like you've lost your progress. Feels like, the path goes up and down and all around. And, those can be obviously the toughest days, is when we feel like we've lost the progress we were making or the clarity, right? Whether it's healing from chronic illness, pain, whatever it is, whatever your path is, awakening, right? When you feel like you're having a real flare-up, a crash, you're just overwhelmed with symptoms, with physical sensations, with thoughts, with negative spirals, just, those kinds of days. I wanted to record a video for how to get through it. I remember back at my own path, that was always the most confusing, right? It's like, what have I done to get here? And I still face these dark nights, you could call it, for sure, right? It actually gets more intense. It gets more intense. But I'm thinking back to my younger self who just needed some guidance when he felt so lost during these stages. So that's one of the things I'm referring to here. And there's a couple of things I want to say for these stages. So if this is where you find yourself, the first thing I want to say is don't be too hard on yourself, right? It's not your fault that you're here. There's in essence, one of the things I also want to say is that you want to understand what brought you here, just in an observational way, not in a judgmental way. You want to see, like, what did I do that ended me up in this state, just so that I know for the future that maybe that's an energy drain, that's something that overwhelms my system. Like for me, the way I traveled recently was just completely without a plan, just not knowing where I was going to sleep each night, and I ran out of money, and it just at one point it was just too much for my nervous system, right? Part of me was like, fuck it, I don't care, I want to travel like that. But for some part of me, it was just too much. And that's a learning lesson in itself, right? When we drive ourselves into overwhelm, we want to know what brought us here. It was the same when I was more in the kind of focus on healing from long COVID and CFS. The focus was on seeing what led me to these days where I was just, I would get caught up in doom scrolling on my phone. I would spend too much time looking at things that triggered me or overstimulated me. And again, you just want to see that, and not from a harsh judgmental place. This is how I used to do it to myself. It's like, you need to pace stricter. You need to make sure that you don't have these crashes, these flare-ups. You're only going to get there when you're perfect. But the point of this video is I want to offer what that self in me actually needed to hear in those moments was, it's okay. You didn't fuck up. You're learning. And this is all part of it, right? The only reason that I'm able to help people in the way that I do, or share things that are relatable, is because life sent me through the real difficult days. That's how you learn to open your heart, really. Opening your heart is not like this blissful, loving experience. It's quite the opposite. It's opening, your heart gets cracked open by suffering and pain, and being absolutely shattered in a sense, right? When there's no other way to do but to soften, right? That's how you crack open the frozen heart, in a sense, is life will help you crack it open by sending you through these states. But you're not alone in those days, and it's not, just don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay, right? We've all been there. That's just something that the mind does, right? Is it really turns it just turns on itself in those days where it's just really puts a lot of pressure and self-criticism and judgment. But yeah, I just want you to know that you're not alone in this. We all have those days, and honestly, it has to, in some sense, be tremendously dark. Like, the deeper this path goes, for me, I like to talk about the mix of healing and awakening. And when we're talking awakening, it's a dive into literally the darkest aspects of yourself that you can see, the darkest aspects of human consciousness, because you're seeing that there's nothing that's outside of you. There's nothing in another human being that's not in you, no matter how good they are, or how bad they are, or how lost they are, or how kind of they have their shit all together, right? There's nothing apart from you. There's nothing outside of you. There's nothing separate from you. So your doubt, your fear, your most horrible bits, your shame, the things you don't want anybody to see, your guilt, you're going to be put in spaces where you have no choice anymore but to open your heart to it. You're opening your heart to yourself. And in a sense, then you open your heart to everybody, right? Because now when you see that in somebody else, you don't judge it or like look away like, oh wow, that's a bad human, because you've seen it in yourself. So again, that's just speaking from my own experience. That's how you have this like open heart for everybody's suffering, is seeing absolute darkness in yourself, or just completely fucking up, right? Completely failing. And then you just have to sometimes be with it. There's maybe not clarity in that moment. There might not be clarity right now. And it's okay for there not to be. That's the point as well. It's okay for it to be overwhelming. Just give yourself a break, right? Just slow down. You don't need to fix this. You don't need to fix the crash. You don't need to fix the flare-up. You don't need to fix the dark day, the whatever it is, right? The shadowy side of where you're at. You don't need to fix it. You don't need to. Again, you can think to yourself, what can I learn out of this? Like, again, for me, there's definitely been clarity in, okay, what did I do to get myself here, and how can I not keep sending myself down this path? That's one aspect of it, but you don't need to fixate on, I shouldn't have done this to get here. All of that is a strategy to try to get away from the raw discomfort of this is reality as it is right now. This is what you're feeling right now. Hopelessness, despair. Right, it can sound heavy because it is. Awakening is not love and light. Awakening is nothing left out. Nobody left out. You're not left out. No part of you is left out. So in your worst days, you're not alone. You're not cast out. But we can only see that by being in these spaces, by having these days, by having these absolute rock bottoms. It's in the fires of hell that love is forged, you could say, right? Like really, you have to go right down to the depth, and you don't take yourself there. You can just be willing to see everything, and then life will beautifully orchestrate it, right? You know how many times I've prayed to the universe to just do whatever it took. You know, like I wasn't praying for anything specific. I wasn't praying for, I want my path to go this way, I want my path to go that way. I was like, take me exactly where I need to go. Show me what I need to see. Give me whatever it is that I need for this path to unfold. And that's a bold prayer, because I've gotten what I asked for, but it's not what maybe your human self wants, or many aspects of yourself. You ask for it, and then when you get given it, it can be difficult to sit with. It can feel like you've been abandoned, right? The theme of abandonment has been coming up a lot recently. I wrote about it in one of my posts. My video yesterday was on a similar theme, this feeling of total abandonment. But it's an opportunity to integrate that part of yourself that feels abandoned, like your deepest wound, that I have been left out, that I have been deserted. that I'm not held, that I'm not seen. That's part of the shadow. That's part of you. That's part of what needs to be seen, what needs to be allowed. But it can be a lot. So that's why I'm making this video, that nothing's gone wrong on these days. No matter how dark it is, like you think you've had your darkest days. Trust me, there's many times that I thought like, oh yeah, I'm done with the shadow work. What did that fucking guy know? Honestly, you don't know how dark it goes. This is not to scare you. It's just like at whatever level you're at, whatever stage you're finding yourself in, if it's a crash, if it's a flare-up, if it's a feeling of loss, confusion, abandonment, you're not alone in this. And it's the key is just that nothing's gone wrong. But honor it. This is what I was saying in yesterday's video. Completely honor it. Like really feel it. Allow yourself to feel it. This is the key. Don't put the lid on. Don't hide it from yourself. This is what most people do, and this is what happens with awakening, is it strips away the false versions of you, right? The one that's like, no, it's all okay, right? Awakening comes and it's like, what's underneath that mask? It's always been there. Like this theme, this wound of abandonment that's been really coming up for me, it's always been there. And we unconsciously, it unconsciously drives our actions, right? The things that I'd be seeking for in life, the way that I would be behaving would have been to constantly try to find a solution to get away from this wound, right? This wound that I've been carrying since who knows when, probably very young. Maybe it's, who knows when it's from. It's probably been reinforced many times. And then at some point you're pushed back into it because you're willing to do this work. Maybe you're not willing always, right? Like when the shadow work really finds you, it doesn't feel like you're willing. It doesn't feel like that's what you wanted. But you're willing. If you find yourself here and some aspect of you is willing, maybe a deeper aspect of you that you're kind of glossing over with the resistance, but some part of you was willing. And then life really brought it to you because, like for me, as I said, I asked for, give me whatever I need to take this awakening path as deep as possible, as fast as possible. That's all I want in life, is complete, like walking this path, complete embodiment of this path. That's literally authentically what came through for me. And I prayed and I prayed, and and I got it. Woohoo! It's not what you think it's gonna be, but it's a relief. I'm still in the, like, this has been a really tough phase because I'm sick as well, and it's just really, my body is just shattered. It's often like that after traveling for me, but it is a relief because, I mean, it might last for longer than you think. That's the key as well. It's like, it's not like this is one moment and then it's gone. You might walk through it for a while, so that's okay as well. Like, that's part of what makes it difficult, is this belief that, okay, it should be over now. Okay, my crash should be over now. Okay, this difficult day should be over now. It should be over now. But as long as it lasts, it's okay. So again, I want you to know that you didn't fuck up. This is a part of it, right? I referred to Jesus in one of my previous videos, and again, this was always a good reminder for me. Even he, kind of an embodiment of what it is to be in contact with the divine, had that moment where he said, "My God, why have you forsaken me?" Right? He felt abandoned, but he wasn't. But yeah, it's just a part of it, right? So it's a reminder that it's not you that's done anything wrong. Even the greatest masters that have walked this path, that's where they've gone, right? So yeah, that's a reminder for me, and now I'm passing on the message. it's okay, and it won't last forever, but it will last as long as it needs to. So I hope this is helpful, and I just wanted to make something to offer some support for getting through these days. All right, good luck, lots of love.